Hi guys, so the first nail art we're going to try is the quilted nail art using the dental floss picks. I have actually tried this before and I made a huge mistake, which I'm not going to make this time. Last time I got the picks that had the dental tape rather than the dental floss, so when I pressed down it just kind of squidged sideways. So I've already got a coat of Laro the Mighty Red Baron, which is a slightly holographic-y shimmery red, and I'm going to go in with this black polish from Kiko for my top layer. This just has number 275 on it, I think. It also has number 48 on it. Whichever one of these numbers is the shade range, but you all know what black looks like. So I am going to do this one nail at a time because I do not trust my lack of skills. Or maybe that's it, I am aware of my lack of skills. So I'm just going to quickly get this on. So I do like this as a black polish. It's going to be nice and opaque in one coat. I am a messy nail painter. I will need to go and tidy up afterwards. But we will do that when we come to it. So the idea with this is you choose your top and your bottom shade, and then you get your little, dental picks. You paint your bottom shade, you allow it to dry, and then you paint your top shade on, and then go in and almost stamp a design. Except I have messed up because I've not left my base coat long enough to dry. So let's try a few just as a practice anyway. Now I'm finding this quite hard because I have quite curvy nails. I'm almost getting more like a slashed effect, which could be quite cool for Halloween if you got a nice bright blood red for your base coat. Okay, so second lesson I've learned is leave it much longer to dry than I had thought. So I'm going to sit here for another couple of minutes and be right back with you. Okay, so I actually forgot to hit record because I'm genius and my viewfinder isn't facing directly at me. So I had another go with this nail. I left the red base coat a little bit longer to dry, and I gave the black about a minute and a half to kind of start to set. As you can see, we had the same problem with it going all the way through the red base, but also the black is peeling up a little bit too. I have, however, had a bit of practice at kind of rolling to get to the edges of my very, very curvy nails. So let's see. So I've prepped another nail. This one has had about 2 minutes now to dry. There's actually a bit of that floss pick freeing, but that's probably my fault for buying really, really cheap ones. So let's have another go and see what we can do. Okay. I'm concentrating so much. I'm so bad at this. Okay, so I've got 3 stripes that look relatively uniform, but the red is not showing through for me. So, oh, and that is just completely lifted as well. I feel like the lines I'm getting are much chunkier than I've seen other people doing. Beginning to think other people have way finer dental floss than me. Although this nail looks almost presentable. It's a shame I can't see the undercoat, but the texture is still pretty cool actually. So I'm going to paint these last 2 nails, give them even longer to dry, and then we will see what we can do with those. Okay, so this finger has now had 4 minutes to dry. By the time we move on to this one, it'll have had a little bit longer. So I am going to give this another 2 goes. This nail is really, really tiny just now because it had an accident with a razor, because I'm really clumsy. So it's also one of my most curvy of nail beds, so it's going to be pretty difficult. Okay. Yet again, I've got the same problem with the black pulling up and the polish underneath being sort of wiped out. So, and in fact now as I'm going back over, I'm not even cutting all the way through the black. Dun dun dun! So I don't know what's going to happen with this pinky nail now. Let's see. Right, see, I've now got a weird combination of bits that aren't cutting through the black at all and bits that are cutting through but also taking out the red. So, dun dun dun. So oddly so far my best nail has been this middle nail, which at least looks sort of uniform and a little bit cool. Everybody else, total fail. Yeah, and this one's now at the stage where I can just put dents in the black, but it doesn't actually cut through to the red. I don't want to say that this is like really, really difficult because I've seen people do it and it is one of the most basic nail art tutorials out there. I am not a nail art person. This is why I'm doing this kind of challenge series as well. I think what would make this easier is if you A, don't have super curvy nail beds like I do. B, possibly using a gel polish for your base coat would get round that bit where it kind of squidges out of the way, because if you've cured it, it's not going to move. And then possibly this kind of minute and a half drying level seems to have worked for this particular polish. So I'm going to mark this a 3 out of 10. Obviously I've messed up really badly and this isn't something I could wear out. I've got one nail that I think looks okay and I could do that, but I didn't manage to get the bottom to show through, but I need to experiment with a gel polish and see if I can fix that. So if you are not a nail arty person and you've been eyeing this up, give it a try. It is sort of easy. It's just going to have a little bit of trying and failing and experimenting and seeing what times work out. I also feel like the people I saw doing this online must have had much thinner dental floss than me, because I never saw, you know, proper gouges like this out of their nails. So confusion. So if you guys have tried this, let me know. If you've got any hints for succeeding with this, please God leave those below. And if you want to vote on what sort of nail art I should try next week, leave that down below. But I think what we've realised is that there's going to be a lot of practice involved, and hopefully I will suck slightly less quite soon. Bye guys.